think about that thing you're spending a ton of time doing on Shopify. Instead of just sitting there and repeating that process over and over again, go to the App Store and search exactly what you're doing and say, is there a better way?
We're live.
We are live. Welcome back to Helium's Hot Air Show. It's the show that knows the difference between there, and there. My name is Benjamin Thornburg, and this, the man beside me who hasn't lost a foosball game in 4 days, Brett Shelley.
Helium's Hot Air Show.
It's pretty impressive. 4 days of dominance.
Thank you.
It's just you and Matt?
Me and Matt yesterday were doing well. Yeah.
I don't think you worked in the office yesterday.
No, you're right. By yesterday, I mean,
I was right.
Yester office.
Brett was wrong. It's the second time Brett's been wrong all year, and it's on film.
Yester office day.
Oh, man.
Which
I feel so
is the
good.
same thing.
I feel weird right now.
No, you're right.
We've got a fantastic show today. We're going to start by setting the record straight. It's our new segment. We're going to talk about BFCM Mega Menu Prep and Black Friday, Cyber Monday. For those of you who don't know, if you know, you know. We have a brand new segment called Brett. What's new? Finally, a surprise.
This is all a surprise. I have no idea what's going on.
Exactly. Last episode, episode 2, fantastic. Go watch/listen to that. We had questions such as, how many apps? Did you just read? Did you just read ahead? Gosh darn it, I was going to have you guess.
I didn't read it.
Yes,
I was trying to. I didn't.
Okay, how many shops? Don't look. You can't look at my screen. You don't have notes. I have notes. How many Shopify apps do you think there are currently on the App Store?
How many Shopify apps or how many Shopify stores?
No. How many apps are on the App Store?
Well, I think last time I asked you how many Shopify stores there are.
Oh, shoot. Did I mishear that? I'm wrong, but that happens all the time. It'll happen 3 times.
We're gonna go with it, though. Shopify apps, how many are on the store right now in November of 2025?
Yes.
I think there's probably over 10,000 would be my guess. Probably not too much over. I'm going to go with like 11,381.
Okay. I'm going to bet $1.
What are you betting on? You already know the answer.
I know, that was a really good guess. Shh, I'm having fun. As of January 2025, there were 12,320 apps on the App Store, down from 13,000 the year previous, but Shopify was weeding some of those ones out, which is great. You should. That's a lot. So that's a lot of apps. So my next question is, what percentage of Shopify shops use apps to conduct their daily commerce?
Oh, that's a good question. I bet it's really high. I'm sure it's over 80%. I would almost guess like it might be closer to 90%. So we're going to go like 86.7.
Did you read my notes?
I did not read your notes.
That's 87%.
Oh, that was really good.
That was a really
nice. I knew that one was really high. Good. Everyone uses apps, even if it's just like free apps, like Shopify Flow, Shopify Email. There's so many of these things that are like kind of built-in features, but like you technically still have to download the app. So I knew that one was going to be really high.
That was amazing. That's an amazing guess. 87% of Shopify merchants say that they use apps to help run their store, and the average number of apps on the store. I've seen a
lot of shops that have like multiple dozens, where
yikes,
30, 50 apps, something. It's crazy. There's probably a lot out there with one or two.
So the average about 6,
approximately 6.
So these are all good things to know. So if you think, I'm using too many apps, or that might have been really confirming to some of you out there, like, hey, I'm using the appropriate amount of apps. Or some of you might be like, well, I should probably check out some apps if everyone's doing it. There it is. Next in our Set the Record Straight, I asked our AI overlords, because you were not helpful. I asked you what API was, and then you're like...
Yeah, I can explain that for you. So an API is a application programming interface.
Okay, but
it's what we use to talk to Shopify, and we can send them data, and we can request data. It's pretty cool.
Like I'm 10. Explain it to me like I'm 10. So the AI overlords...
Benjamin, the 10-year-olds would have understood that.
Have you seen the state of our current education?
They would have understood that.
I was homeschooled, so I'm special.
I think you actually want me to explain it to you like you're 75.
Please explain it to me like you're my stepdad. Like I'm your stepdad? Wait, that got weird. That got really weird. Well, we have the quote of the day and we're not even, we're 5 minutes in. Look at us. Congratulations. So I asked our AI overlords and I asked them politely, can you explain this to me like I'm 10? And it said an API is like a waiter. That makes a lot of sense to me. You say to the waiter, you're clicking on a site or whatever, I would like this. And the waiter goes to the kitchen and gets the food and brings it back to your table, your screen, your store, whatever. It's the thing that goes back and forth to the kitchen.
Waiters are people, actually, not things.
Touche. Next, we have a Shopify tip of the day, which was brought from, it was distilled. I use that word too much. We have our Shopify tip of the day, and it comes from last episode when we were talking about, you actually inspired this. You were saying if you've got that thing that you're spending lots of time doing a day, you should go and find an app for it. And that's the tip. Think about that thing you're spending a ton of time doing on Shopify, and instead of just sitting there and repeating that process over and over again, just pause, go to the App Store and search exactly what you're doing and say, is there a better way? And if you can't find your answer directly in the App Store, it doesn't bring up your search for whatever reason, go to the forums, ask the question and say, I'm spending 2 hours doing this. Who has found something better, a better solution for that? That's my tip.
That's a good tip. I like that. A lot of times a tip might be so kind of narrow focused, but like this tip is broad. If you're on Shopify, doing stuff on Shopify, this tip is applicable to you. Even if you already have other apps or whatever, like there's still something you're doing, and like it's worth taking at least a few minutes to see if there's a better option out there, right? If there's something you're doing that's manual, that's taking up so much of your time, maybe it doesn't exist yet, but at least take a couple minutes and see if there's a better way to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly how onboard became a thing. A merchant had an issue, put it up on the forum. One of our developers saw it and said, I can code that, coded it in, and then rock and roll. We have another app, and it's helping multiple Shopify Plus stores out there. All right, Brett, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is a mega menu?
Why are you changing your notes? I already read the next question. That's not fair.
Well, we were going to talk about something else.
What is a mega menu? That's a great question, Benjamin.
You just said, you're like, I didn't read your notes. You lied. No wonder your guesses were so good.
I didn't read the answers.
I might edit your brilliance out.
I just read the question.
Because it was in the heading.
It was a heading.
H2, yeah.
It was big text. Okay. I can read it from here. What is a mega menu? That's a great question, Benjamin.
Yeah.
Let me think about that for just a second while I answer it.
Throw out some.
It's going to be happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really, like, obviously everyone knows what a menu is, so we're going to kind of gloss over that part, right? But mega is really kind of the important part here. And when we're talking about online stores, like, menus are so important. It's how people are going to find what they want, right? If somebody's on a website, on a store, they most of the time are probably looking for a specific product or a specific like category of products or something, right? And if you have laid menus that are hard to navigate, they're bloated, they have too much stuff, they're not visually appealing. If people can't find what they want to buy, then they can't or won't buy it, right? So mega menus are kind of the evolution of just a regular text menu. A lot of times they're going to have images. They're going to have like kind of
drop downs, right?
more thoughtful layouts. They're going to have multiple tiers a lot of times, where stuff is organized into like logical categories. Images is one of the big things we've seen kind of coming up more and more. People want the images because, again, it's going to help people find the products. It's going to get people interested. Maybe they're even going to see something that they weren't originally looking for, and an image is going to catch their eye, and then they're going to go hopefully buy it, right? That's the whole point.
That's the point.
You want to sell stuff, so you got to get people interested. You got to get people to the things that they want to buy so that they can buy it.
When you say layers, multi-layered.
I said tiers.
I was trying so hard to think of the word.
He doesn't listen to me.
I do. I just got distracted. I was thinking about things. When you say tiers, are you talking those are like the little drawers with the little you click on something and then it comes out, shoots out in a drawer?
There's a lot of different like layouts. There's a lot of different ways it can look, but kind of the concept of tiers would be like categories and subcategories, right? So like for example, if you have a clothing store, you might have a category for men's clothing, right? Within that, you might have another tier, which could be broken down into like you got, tops and bottoms and accessories or something, right? Within that, you might even have another tier. So like within your accessories category, you might have belts and you might have shoes and wallets, right? Those are all like different tiers, and having those organized logically is going to help people find stuff, right? Instead of having a single tier of menus where you have men's tops, men's bottoms, women's tops, women's bottoms, men's belts, all of this just like laid out, it's a lot to wade through, right? If you can kind of go logically through categories and tiers to find what you're looking for, it just makes it so much easier.
We developed a mega menu app called Meteor Mega Menu, and it helps merchants, enables them to show and display their products succinctly, cleanly, with images in mobile as well as on desktop. There's some really cool just out-of-the-box templates. And what is the feature where it syncs all the products? Because it helps with an upload, especially if you have a ton of products. We worked really hard on that. I keep saying we like I did things.
Yeah, we have a feature in the Meteor app, which so like if you have like your shoes category in a menu, for example, you can just
in an existing menu on your shop. Is that correct? To be specific. Did I just?
I don't know. We might be talking about different things.
Okay, keep going. No, finish your thought.
We have a autofill products from a collection feature. So you add your shoes collection to the menu, and then underneath, like inside of that, you have another tier of items, and you want to like display all of the products from your shoes category right in the menu. If you have a lot of products, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but if you have like a top few you want to highlight, or if you just have a few products within a collection, you can just click a checkbox in the Meteor app, and it's going to automatically add the product items to the menu from the collection instead of having to add every product individually. And it'll just it'll do that dynamically. So like if you do add new products or change products or something, it's going to automatically just update that in the menus, which is really cool just to like highlight some of the products. And especially if you're using images, you can show the product images right in the menu.
In all this, and there's going to be a link to Meteor Mega Menu. There's always a link to our apps in the show notes in the video description. Black Friday, Cyber Monday is coming up. If you are on Shopify, do a quick audit before one of the biggest shopping days of the year. And I always suggest someone else come in and do it like over your shoulder, because sometimes, especially when you're like the small mom and pop and you're doing everything yourself, you can get in the weeds and not understand what the shopping experience looks like for someone else. So have someone, a friend, a coworker, or a sibling, a parent. That's always fun to get an older parent to go to your site and try to navigate. Just be like, look, find this, and see if they can find it on your mega menu. That's a great audit. The other one, what other tips are there, Brett?
Yeah, my biggest tip for mega menus, honestly, I mentioned this earlier, but like don't get your menu too bloated. Like you need the categories, the main things that people want to find. You don't need to have every single product in your store listed in the menus. Maybe if you have like 3 products, it's fine. But I've seen that a lot. People just add too much to the menus. They try to break it down into too many individual categories or add too many individual products. And then like it's just so hard to navigate. It's so bloated, messy. Like I said earlier, menus are all about making it easy for someone to find what they want. If there's too much there, like it's almost worse than having too little, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. There's a couple good examples online that we've been to, and you click that mega menu and it just drops all the way down, and you're like, oh no. It's absolutely daunting. We're gonna go into our brand new segment called Brett, What's New? I might have a banner. We're gonna have a banner right here.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn. The banner's right there. The banner. Can you not see the banner?
The banner's here.
It's clearly there, floating in space.
I've seen a couple kind of bigger things recently that have really caught my attention. One thing is Shopify finally released the new product variant limit. So for a long time, product variants have been limited to 100. So that's like, say you're selling a t-shirt and you have like one product for like a t-shirt design. You can add like different sizes and colors to that product, and those are like variants of that product, right? that makes sense.
Picture of a dragon on your shirt, a blue t-shirt with the dragon, a white t-shirt with the dragon. That's 2 variants of the same shirt, correct?
Right, correct. But then you also have, different sizes for that. And you have, 4 sizes of 10 different colors. That can add up a lot, all those different combinations. Maybe you even have like a third factor in there, some other thing. But those variants, when you have a few different factors, add up really quickly. And Shopify has been limited for a long time to 100 variants for a product. They announced like a couple years ago now that they were going to raise that limit to 2,048. Huge increase. Per product, yeah. Number of variants per product, huge thing. People have been asking for it for a long time. And it's just like a couple weeks ago now that finally became available for people to actually use. So that's a huge update for people. Yeah, like I said, some people have been waiting for this for so long, and it's finally available. So that's a huge thing that came out recently. Another thing that was really cool, especially for us here at Helium, because our apps really are in the customer registration space, customer accounts and editing, all that kind of stuff. This is something that we released about 10 years ago because everyone wanted it, and it was not possible in Shopify. But now with Shopify's new customer accounts, a customer can go and they can edit their email address. If you signed up for a store 10 years ago with, that middle school email address you created and you're like, oh man, I should probably update this to my new professional email address that actually has my name in it, something like that. You can just go the customer can go just log into the website and they can change their email address. That's a feature that has not existed in Shopify up until about a couple weeks ago. Which, like I said, that's the reason the customer fields app existed. That was a feature. That was the original feature that we released about 10 years ago. And obviously, it's come a long way since then. But it's cool to see Shopify kind of catching up with some of these features and really making it a lot easier for merchants and customers.
Yeah, we keep harping on it, but Shopify is a great space because if they don't do something initially, an app building company like Helium can just jump in and say, cool, let's make this more usable. And then eventually down the line, Shopify might go, yeah, that's a really good idea. We should have that for all of our merchants, no matter what, which is exactly what happened to edit email address. That's fantastic. I love it. We are going to we're just going to do a quick plug. Shopify just deprecated Polaris for React. If you don't know what that sentence means, join the club. If you know exactly what that means, we have a video for you. I'm going to link it. I'm going to put the little thumbnail right here. There's the thumbnail of our CEO and our lead developer, and they go into what exactly that means, Polaris for React. If you're just a merchant and you're not in the weeds coding, probably not that big of a deal. Okay, and now it's the Ask a Question time. But I'm not going to ask a question because it was your birthday this week. So I'm going to give you $1. Happy birthday, Brett. You have to open it.
Oh, you want me to open it? Okay.
Yeah, you have to open it. Something sweet because you're so sweet. And then that's it. That's all you got. Wow, that was our light.
This is a Mustang 60.
67 Shelby GT500. Brett, that's a good car. I don't know why you got this for me.
It's a good car, apparently.
Because it's a little bit country, kind of like you. It's reliable. It's made in America, and it's fun.
Are you still talking about the car, or are you talking about me?
They're interchangeable at this point.
Some sort of Danish pastry.
Which means you have to eat it today.
That's right. Here at Helium, we eat Danishes because otherwise they become overnight nishes.
And that's not good. So you got to eat the Danish on the day. There's just hold no prisoners. Happy birthday, man. So that's it. That's all we've got for this time. Tune in next time for more Shopify goodness. Okay, bye.